Hi, my name is Raed,
And my name is Amira.
and today we'll be talking to you about future interiors. So, me and Amira chose this topic because we are very interested in the wacky designs of the upcoming future housing. We were also eager to find about the designs, the features, the forms, and how interiors would look in the future. Through the topic, we got brilliant ideas and made this presentation with bit by bit of information that we collected. An interior is an inside of a structure if you didn't know. One example is like the inside of your house. In the world, there are many different types of interiors smart, eco friendly, space saving, and etc. But today, we're going to talk about the forms, designs, and features of future interiors and the materials that might change or will stay the same in the future. And our future houses are going to be eco friendly.
Okay, so before we started our research, we came up with a central idea and our lines of inquiry. So, our central idea is people use sustainable materials to create the design of future interiors, and our lines of inquiry are the different forms and designs of future interiors, the change in people's perspective in future interior designs, the sustainable materials used to create the designs of future interiors.
Okay. So, before conducting any type of research, we have to create guiding questions. So, our first one was related to form. What are the designs of future interiors? So, we wanted to know if they're going to be the same or different. Our second one is related to function. Are future interiors eco friendly? We thought future interiors were going to be eco friendly, but they might not be. Uh, our next one is related to change. Will materials change in the process of future interiors? Will they stay the same? Will they change? Will some of them be the same? Connection was our next question. What are the similarities and differences, which is from causation, between future and current houses? So we wanted to know what was different about future and current houses and what was similar. Our next one is perspective. How do people want their future interiors to be? So we wanted people to give their opinion on how their future interior would be in the future. Our last one is related to responsibility. Would future designs impact our lifestyle? So we wanted to know if they would stay the same, our lifestyle would stay the same, or it would change.
Okay, so we had a formative assessment, and in our formative assessment, we learned many things. Like, for example, the differences between future and current interiors, and we definitely had pros and cons of future and current interiors.
Some key points that we found were current interiors are still developing in sustainability and becoming fully tech, while future interiors are going to be eco-friendly, space-saving, and smart.
Okay, so here we have our formative checklist. So we definitely did get feedback from our friends and even our teachers. So those feedback were making eye contact, being clear, and time management. All of this feedback helped us with our incoming presentations, which is why we're trying to improve on them right now.
Interviewing Mrs. Morgan. So we chose to interviewing Mrs. Morgan because she's an architect, and we thought that she would really know about wacky designs, yet wacky yet sensible designs. We thought she would give us an idea of how future interiors would impact us. Also, she introduced us to a design website called SketchUp. It's so we could design our very own models. Her explanations of future designs help us research into further into our topic. So at the start, we didn't really know what eco-friendly interiors were going to be, space-saving interiors were going to be, smart interiors are going to be, and she gave us a head start with that, and we were able to find out and research further into them. Here is a picture of us interviewing her on a Saturday morning.
Okay, so before we went to our interview, we came up with interview questions for Mrs. Morgan. So the first question was, what designs and forms do you think will be in future interiors? The answer that we got was, future designs and future forms will fit in with the environment. If you're confused, it's basically your house will be built in different climates. Like, for example, it could be a house made out from glass bottles. Like, basically, you crush the glass into little pieces and then to create like a material that you can use for a house, or you can fill the glass bottles with cement to build a house. And another question we had was, what sustainable materials do you think will be used in the future? The answer we got was, future interiors are going to build out of waste materials, basically recycled materials. The same will be used to create furniture, for example, a house made of bottles, like what I explained.
The third one the third one we're gonna explain is how do you think future future designs would impact your lifestyle. She said that lifestyle will be much more safer because future interiors will be able to resist climate change. What she meant by that is like today you can easily say that during a hurricane, a house might not be able to survive at all. But in the future, there are going to be different houses for different climates. So there'll be a hurricane-proof house in hurricane climates and stuff like that. We will also be using natural energy such as solar power, natural ventilation, and etc. There will also be grass-covered houses. The grass in the house will consume a heat, creating a heat-free house. If you're living next to a busy street and there's a lot of smoke floating in the air, the grass will consume the carbon dioxide and it will make a smoke and heat-free house. The last one is what design would you want your future interior to be? So she said that in the future houses will be more eco-friendly. They will be small interiors. They will tend to show more character and there will be space-saving homes. One example is a pull-out shelf with this actually a bed. Okay, so an example for this is like let's say you have a shelf at the back. There's a bed. So if you just pull the shelf down, you'll have a bed to sleep in.
Okay, so here's our action plan. So we were going to create a model that was chosen the most in our survey, and we're going to create this model to show the forms and features of a smart house. It will also give our audience a better understanding of what a smart house is. And here's our survey. Our audience are grade 5, grade 4, grade 3, basically upper PYP. So first we have eco-friendly houses interiors, basically got 13 points, and smart homes slash interiors got 36 points, and space saving homes slash interiors got 8 points. And the most voted one is smart homes.
So now we're gonna show you our models that we made. So our first model is our dream house. It is also an eco-friendly house. It's a shipping container house. Um, uh, so we didn't just make it dream, we also made it very eco-friendly. So here it is. So there's a driveway with a gate. There's a living room down here. There's a bedroom up here. There's a swimming pool on top, and there's a shed too. There's also a backyard here. Um, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's like there's like a gate. There's like a shipping container. What a rectangular prism thing. You can. I don't know if you can see it. It's if you can see them, then that will give you an idea of what a shipping container house looks like. So now we're gonna show you our other model. Here it is. It's a smart house.
So basically, in this smart house, it's basically it uses solar panels to light up, like for example the oven or the lights, and it's also space saving, like there's a bed And in the bed, it's basically if you like under the bed, there's a closet. And there's also another bed where it's a shelf, and then you flip it and it turns into a bed from the inside. And inside the house, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it, but there's a pool, and the pool is basically covered like by a metal thing. And with your phone, you can control it to open the pool. And this pool is going to open, it's basically going to be clean and also has fresh water in it. And also we have a garage, and this garage is also used by your phone to open and close. And that was our smart house.
And here's the garage right there, the car.
Yeah, it's
Um,
open.
now, now heading back to our presentation. Elements of design. An interior is a space that can be expressed as any feeling, like a form of art. As you can see right here, it's very lit up, it looks beautiful, and you can say the feeling shown over here is happiness and calmness because this house looks very nice. Modern interiors can look strange with their weird shapes and heights, like this bed up here, all the way on the roof. Interiors will be designed by a skilled designer because you will need a skilled designer to do all this and make this. Even small spaces can be very beautiful, as you can see here at the picture. The raw material used by designers makes the interior colorful, light, and beautiful.
Okay, so now I'm going to tell you what future interiors are basically made of. So they're going to be made out of shipping containers and recycled materials, like for example, cardboard, bottles, and plastic. And you'll also depends on where you live, like in different climates. Like for example, if you're living next to a dock, you can use an old shipping container as your house instead of buying so many materials. And also, interiors will have built-in water collection and filter, heated interiors, smart kitchen, natural ventilation, solar energy, extendable and demountable spaces, and a greenhouse for nutritious food.
Current interiors and necessary eco-friendly development. I'm sure that you guys know that current interiors are developing on comfort, sustainability, and becoming fully tech. Most homes at the moment are not so eco-friendly. Because of the high demand on homes, many people are filling huge parts of land with homes. People are trying to promote eco-friendly houses by adding huge amounts of grass on buildings. This helps by sucking all the carbon dioxide from cars, factories, and etc. People are not just building houses that have solar panels, but with solar panels, windmills, rainwater collection, and black water. If you don't know what black water is basically reusing water from sinks and toilets. Don't think that's gross. Um, as you can see on the right side, there's an eco-friendly house.
And in this slides, we're going to talk about sustainability. So sustainable houses are basically houses that last for a long time and are strong. And some sustainable materials you can use to create homes and even furniture are transparent aluminum, aerogel, bendable concrete, and plastic bricks. And here are some pictures to explain. So here on the bottom left, there's a house made of aerogel, and the key on the right side shows the temperature the aerogel is maintaining, and then there's a picture of what aerogel looks like. And here there's bendable concrete. It's very strong. It does not crack under pressure, and if it does, it can just be mended by using water or even just the rain is gonna mend it. And here we have transparent aluminum, and this is basically it's like metal, it's transparent metal, and it's also bulletproof, and here's a picture of it.
Recycled materials. Using recycled materials obviously creates less environmental impact than using new materials. If you use wood construction with new timber, I don't think that's a very good idea because you're essentially putting in order for trees to be cut down. The harvesting will use energy and remove green trees from a perfectly good forest. If you if you use salvaged or leftover wood, the construction uses already cut trees and does much less environmental impact. Struggles and achievements. During the exhibition, we obviously had some struggles and achievements. Our main struggle was conflict at the start because we sometimes were arguing too much on one problem. We resolved, like, let's say me and Amira both had two different whole ideas, but we didn't know which one to choose. So we sometimes made conflict, and soon we decided that we meet in the middle and we could finally get an answer that both of us were satisfied with. We resolved this by giving reasons to our explanations to persuade each other too. But we also had some achievements, such as solving conflicts because we solved them by being assertive, not aggressive, and neither submissive. Finishing our survey because we fixed our errors and managed our time well. So what happened was Miss Deepa gave us some comments on our survey and there were some errors. We couldn't find them until the last moment where we realized what we had to do and we finished it off. Managing our interview because we had some times where we wouldn't get responses, but we kept in touch with our interview guest. All of these were achievements because we used great ADL skills, such as communication skills, because we use clear and precise words to create our lines of inquiry and central idea. Thinking skills because we double checked and asked questions while creating our guiding questions. We had guiding questions. It wasn't such a good start, but we asked the teachers for a little bit of help and our mentors, and we soon finished them. Research skills because we used a variety of sources and double checked our information. Social skills because we accepted our responsibilities and completed our share of work while making our models. Self management skills because we rarely got distracted and focused on our aim. In some cases, it was like very rainy, and one of us was had viral and was sick, but we still came to school to work on our exhibition. That's how committed we were. Time management skills because we finished our work and never lagged behind, even when school shut down because of COVID.
Okay, so definitely throughout this process, we definitely did learn a lot of things. And we also improved in our learner profiles. For example, communication. Because we communicated our ideas and gave them reasoning. At the start, we did have disagreements on like whose idea we should use, like Raed said in the previous slide. But at the end, we did manage to find a way and something that we both agree to. And then next is thinker. Because we have to think critically about our guiding questions and our central idea, we had a rough start, but we did have awesome questions with like made us have great sources and a great research.
Inquirer because we inquired a lot about future interiors in this exhibition. This presentation definitely reflects that. We did this by researching, inquiring, and took a step from Miss Deepa, which is called question answer questions. Basically, you make a question, you answer it, and another question should pop into your mind, um, and making this presentation, obviously. Our next one is open minded. We were open minded throughout the exhibition's research process where we found some absurd designs. We did not comment on them at all. We thought they were kind of weird, but soon we went in through them and they were actually pretty cool. Reflective because we reflected on our work and saw the areas we needed to improve on. We got a lot of feedback on this slide. It wasn't great at the first, but thanks to our mentors and our teachers, which made this slide very special. Here is our first page of sources and our second page. Thank you so much for listening.
And here's our glossary, basically, and also the new words that we learned. The first word is timber. It's basically a type of wood that's like that you have to like that's already cut down that you can take and you can use instead of you just going and cutting it down to use it. You can just collect wood that's already been cut down.
Aerogel, because aerogel is like a solid that regulates your house temperature. It's airy, but it's a solid, not any type of other matter.
And then we have transparent aluminum. It's basically a see-through metal, as we said, and it's bulletproof.
Bendable concrete, as Amira said in a couple previous slides, that it's a bendy type of concrete that can be bended only with water and doesn't crack under pressure at all.
And then we have contamination. It means basically that you contaminate something and you make it impure.
I'm sure you guys do not understand this word. Absurd. It means weird and crazy.
And then we have a word that I think most of you guys did not know. It's demountable. It's basically able to be removed from its setting and readily repositioned or assembled.
Reposition.
Repositioned.
Um, Thank you so much for listening to our presentation, and we hope to see you soon. Bye.
Stay safe.